Welcome to another video from the Virtuosity Project. This one is titled 5 Tips for CrossFit Affiliates Who Want 2014 to be Massive. As always, I go through quite a bit of material quite quickly, so you might want to find yourself a pen and paper just to write some ideas down. Or if you feel like it, just press pause and take some notes while we're going through. Just want to make sure that this video is for you. The video is for CrossFit affiliates and people who are looking to affiliate in the near future. And the tips included are based on my own experience and analysis of the industry as it stands at the moment. Just to give you some idea of who I am and maybe why you should listen to me, my name's Adam Stanecki and I've been involved in the fitness industry for over 10 years' time. I've been a CrossFit affiliate since 2006 and I just sold my gym to my business partner earlier this year. I am a level 2 CrossFit coach and I'm also an experienced business consultant and analyst. That's what I did in a previous life, well before I discovered CrossFit. So let's get into it. The first thing that I'm thinking in relation to how we can have a better 2014 is that we all have to realise that within the CrossFit community, it's no longer us against them. And this is because there are a lot of CrossFit affiliates now, and we're no longer just competing against big box gyms and other strength and conditioning facilities. Now we're competing against each other. So it's us versus us. And what we need to really understand here is CrossFit is the fitness program of our time. So there's no other fitness program that's as popular as CrossFit. And the estimates suggest there'll be over 10,000 affiliates within the next 2 years. So we're looking by maybe 2015, 2016, 10,000 affiliates worldwide. I remember when I affiliated back in 2006, there were under 100 affiliates. So the growth is quite quick, exponential, you might say. Like it or not, you're now competing against other CrossFit gyms, and you're just going to have to deal with that because it's the way things are. Geography is very important within the CrossFit community and the fitness industry as a whole. Within the CrossFit community, because we're not franchised, we are only affiliates, there are no geographical boundaries limiting the closeness or the proximity of one affiliate to another. So you might open up a gym across the road from another CrossFit affiliate or vice versa. And the number one deciding factor in people choosing CrossFit gyms is actually geography. And I've had this happen personally where people have left my gym because they've moved. Geography is all about convenience for the individual, so don't be surprised if people will pick another gym instead of yours based purely on how easy it is to get to that place. So what this adds up to for anyone who's opening a CrossFit gym or currently has a CrossFit gym, the environment is getting very competitive, so it's a tough environment to make money in. Now, as we know, CrossFit, the exercise program, the training program is all about competition. The games are a big thing at the moment. And what you need to understand is that your local CrossFit affiliates are now part of your competition. So it's the people who are in, say, the 5 to 10 kilometre radius of where you are. They are definitely part of your competition. It's not just the other gyms that are around the area. You're now competing against the other CrossFit affiliates. Now, what I would like to suggest to you today is that if you can, you want to collaborate with these gyms because, as I said earlier, geography is important, and what you might find is you may attract people to your gym purely because they move closer to you. So you want to have a good relationship with these people, even though effectively they are your competition. The CrossFit community is still pretty close, relatively speaking. It's a lot closer knit than the fitness industry as a whole. We generally take care of each other, and some affiliates are more involved than others, but look, I would always suggest be as involved as you can and never badmouth anyone. The more people who come into the CrossFit space, the more exposure CrossFit gets, and that can actually mean that you benefit from there being more competition. So be positive about it rather than being negative. Standing out from the crowd becomes very important because CrossFit is no longer a niche. When I got involved in 2006, there were very few gyms doing CrossFit. So when I offered CrossFit to people, I was offering something different to what existed within the fitness community. Now, what's happening today, from 2013, 2014 onwards, is that CrossFit is actually very popular. So the niche is no longer CrossFit. You've got to find something within CrossFit that stands you apart from everyone else. And some questions that you can ask yourself is, what is unique about your gym? If you're just doing CrossFit like everyone else, then nothing is unique about it, and there's no reason that someone might pick you over someone else, other than, as we said before, geography. So you can start to think of what is your CrossFit USP, and that's your unique selling proposition. So what are you offering someone that makes you unique from every other CrossFit gym? And the question that really answers when you're brainstorming all of this is, why should they pick you? If you can answer why should they pick you, and then you can put that into your marketing literature and marketing material, then you've got something that's attractive and you'll entice people to your gym rather than someone else's. I strongly advise you to learn more about your gym, and you can ask your members these questions and they will help you stand out from everyone else. So ask, why do people train with you? And what's also very important is asking why they leave. So you might want to institute an exit interview when people do leave your gym, just to find out if people are leaving because of something you do or if they're just leaving because they've moved house. Now, these are the important things that you know. The more information you have, the better decisions you can make. Another thing that I'm finding more and more prevalent within the CrossFit community is the ladies. It's a dramatic shift in the number of women who are joining CrossFit gyms, and a failure to understand their motivation is a huge opportunity missed. The biggest area of growth within the CrossFit community is female athletes. The competition at the CrossFit Games is greater for the female competitors, and in each gym you're seeing more and more women training in each of the classes. And a great thing here, if you want to just think in terms of money and success and profit, is that women spend more money on fitness and related products and services than men do. It's a market that you can actually tap into and make yourself a lot more successful than you are. So the question I've got for you is, are you paying enough attention to the ladies? I mean this in a nice way, of course. What are you doing to attract them to you? Just to give you an idea of the difference in numbers here, when I first started my gym in 2005, 2006, we were looking at like 5% of our membership base was female. So if we had like a class of 20, like one person would be a female. And because there were so few females, it was really unlikely that we would attract any more. In the last 5 years, so in 5 years' time from when we started, I should say, it's over 55, maybe 60% of our membership when I left, at the time I left, was female. Last time I had a look at a class, honestly, there were 80% females in the class, and that's not unusual. It's quite interesting to note that even though more and more women are coming into the CrossFit community and training at gyms and the number of females in classes is higher, CrossFit marketing and language is still very male dominated. It's worth having a look at your own marketing messages and your own marketing material to see what it says about your gym. Things that you can ask is, are you treating women as an afterthought, or are you actively doing things in your gym to make the experience for women more beneficial and happier and memorable? Now, programming is always a big thing in CrossFit communities and in CrossFit gyms. CrossFit in general gets a lot of flack for the way it does programming, and there are good things and bad things about CrossFit programming. One of the standard things that's always been sort of an unwritten rule within CrossFit is that you design a program and the men's RX is at a certain level and the female RX is just 70%. If that's what you're doing at the moment, do you really think that you're doing enough for women in your gym? Perhaps they need a completely different program, and you might need to consider other areas of women's health and take these into consideration when you're working out how to best serve the women in your gym. The last question to ask yourself is, what are you missing? And does your facility really cater for both genders? There's a huge opportunity to focus on women in health and fitness. You can consider offering additional services to what you offer at the moment, and it might be outside of the current CrossFit climate and what's offered and what's not offered, but you could look at offering things like prenatal and postnatal fitness training. You could even look at offering training service for the older female population. Or if you're really interested in games and competition, maybe you specialize in training female athletes. At the moment, I can't think of a single CrossFit gym that has the predominant number of athletes being female. I could be horribly wrong, but it seems to me that the CrossFit Games is still male dominated, and there could be a huge opportunity to attract females to your gym if that's who you want. It's one thing to say that the female market is growing and it's very important, but it's another thing to decide whether you actually want to attract women to your gym. It might not be your thing. You might not want to focus on women more than men or women as much as men, and that's completely up to you. It depends on what you want in your gym. After all, it's yours. You get to make the decisions. All I'm trying to illustrate is that there's a huge opportunity here and that you can tap into it. And if you want to, you need to think about how to attract more women to your gym. What can you offer, and why would they want to train with you? Now, don't just go for this market segment for the money. You really want to be honest about it. If you think you can help women get stronger, fitter, healthier, have a better life, then go for it. I keep going back to the idea, the truth that there are more and more affiliates, and because of that, you need to stand out. One of the ways that you can stand out from other affiliates is to brand yourself, because you are part of the product that you sell. Now, like it or not, your gym is not just about the gym, it is about you. And the stronger your personal brand, then the stronger the brand of your gym. One thing that's always important to consider is that people would really prefer to do business with other people and not faceless organisations. Now, if you don't want to be the focal point, then you need to find someone else who can be a figurehead for your gym. And I'm going to make the assumption through the rest of this video that you want to be the figurehead for your gym. Become known for something. What is it that you want to learn? What is it that you want to know about? And what do you want people to come to you to learn? That's your speciality. Specialize in it. And then once you've gained some knowledge in the area and you can share it, get that knowledge out there. Get social. Start posting on Facebook, LinkedIn. LinkedIn groups is a really interesting way of getting your ideas out there to people who are interested in the like matter. And you've also got Twitter, Instagram, Vine, YouTube. There's heaps of stuff and heaps of ways you can get information out there and get your profile elevated. You can also write on blogs, industry sites, journals, and you can speak, create your own podcast, maybe get to events and seminars and get up on stage and talk in front of people. There are many ways for you now to get in front of people and become known as an expert in a particular area. Of course, what I mean is don't become an expert in CrossFit. You want to become an expert in something within CrossFit. If you share your material freely and openly, you can gain yourself a following, and the examples that I'd like to share with you are probably examples you already know, and that's Kelly Starrett from CrossFit San Francisco. Last year he started, I think it was last year, might have even been the year before that, he started a series of videos that he called Mobility WOD, and he released a video every single day for a whole year, and after that he had a huge following, released a book, and now he's got a membership site. So he's making a lot of money. He gets a lot of calls, coaching calls, where he helps people online. And also his gym's quite popular because people want to go and train with him. Likewise, Rob Wolf, who you know from the Paleo Solution, created a hugely successful podcast. Rob also wrote a book, has a massive following. He does seminars around the United States and around the world. So he's making a lot of money out of his expertise. So both Kelly and Rob are great examples of how you can get your own tribe, gain a following, by sharing the material that you know well, sharing it freely and openly, and then later on you can make some money out of it. And the beautiful thing is, when people know who you are, they're going to look to come and train with you at your gym. Again, I keep harping on this point that you have to stand out. If you don't stand out within the CrossFit community, it's kind of like just being another personal trainer in the greater fitness community. You just get lost in the crowd. One of my favourite authors, Seth Godin, has released a great book. We released it some years ago now. It's called Purple Cow. The idea being that if you're driving down a country road and you are in dairy country and you see paddocks and paddocks of black and white cows, you'll notice the first black and white cow, and then after you've seen 100 and 200 and 300, you don't notice black and white cows anymore. But if all of a sudden you see a purple cow, you're going to notice that purple cow. You want to be the purple cow. One of the ways you can do that is to become an expert in a particular area and become known for what you do. I'm a big fan of CrossFit certification courses, but it's very important to note that they're not the be-all and end-all of every education offering within the fitness community. So my suggestion to you is to look outside the fitness community to get ahead of other CrossFit affiliates and stand out as an expert coach. The first thing you could do if you want to stay comfortable within the CrossFit community is do some specialist certifications, and these will take specific aspects of the CrossFit modalities and teach you them. So gymnastics, weightlifting, kettlebells, etc., so on and so forth. First of all, determine what you want to learn about and then find out where you can learn it. Outside of the CrossFit specialty certifications, find out where you can learn from other people, because there are heaps of people running great courses outside the CrossFit community. The first thing to look at is aspects of your CrossFit training. What are you good at? What are you not so good at? What are you interested in? Find experts within those areas and then learn from them. As I said before, there's kettlebell training, Olympic weightlifting, gymnastics, running. You can pick any little area of training within the CrossFit ethos and get a specific expert to teach you more. Honestly, two of the biggest areas that I think are lacking within CrossFit coaching are kettlebell training and Olympic weightlifting. If you can learn more about those, you're going to be one of those gyms where people want to come to because you know more than the average CrossFit coach. Ancora Imparo is the motto of my old university, Monash University, and means I am still learning. Don't forget that the learning that you need to do as a coach and a business owner is not just about fitness training and fitness coaching and how to be better in front of people when you're coaching. It's also about personal and professional development. So what do you need to know outside of coaching? And some of those areas might be basic bookkeeping, business systems, staff management, psychology, nutrition. All of these different things add up to you being a better coach, a better business person, and hopefully someone people want to deal with. Never be content with what you currently know. Always look at learning more. It's really quite easy these days to get online and just type something into Google and find something interesting to read. Read books, journals, blogs, listen to podcasts, get onto YouTube and do a search. Subscribe to video courses. Find free video courses online, and they don't have to be just related to the fitness industry. Join forums, network with other fitness professionals, both online and offline. When you're online, have a look at other affiliate blogs. Search iTunes for podcasts. Join groups on LinkedIn. Have a look at Breaking Muscle and T Nation. They're two pretty good fitness blogs. There's heaps of stuff online. Don't just be content with what you know now. Always be looking to learn more. I strongly advise you, I know I've got a lot of advice in this video, but really one of the things that most fitness professionals, and not just within the CrossFit community, what they forget is continued education is paramount. No one really budgets for their education, so set aside $1, $2, $3, $5, $10,000, depends how important it is to you, and budget for your continued education. My suggestion is attend a minimum of 2 courses a year, set yourself aside 2 to 3 days for each of those courses, create yourself a training calendar so it's always booked in and you'll never double book yourself, and be prepared to travel in order to learn. You might have to fly to the States, the UK, you might have to fly to Australia, you might have to just fly up the coast. You're not always going to be able to do a course that's around the corner, so be prepared for a little bit of difficulty in order to learn some more. One of the things that you can do that a lot of people, again, don't even think about is find yourself a mentor within the community. And this doesn't have to be a paid mentor. Often people within the community that have more knowledge and experience than you will be happy to help you because they want you to succeed. Who do you want to emulate? Who are your favorite trainers? Contact them. See if they'll help you. If not, they might be able to refer you to someone else. One of the traps that most affiliates fall into in the early days of their business is employing coaches too soon. And I'll put my hand up, I did this myself. If instead you employ the right people in the right positions at the right time, you're going to save money, save time, and get fast results. And believe me, I speak from experience. You are a coach. I'm going to make the assumption here that you started your CrossFit box in order to coach, and I humbly suggest that the purists still want to coach and not just sit back and count cash. My question to you then is, why are you working on things that you aren't good at, have no experience in, and don't like doing? You should be focusing on being a coach. That means you need to fill the right positions first. So don't start by employing coaches. Fill your admin roles first. One of the important things to understand here is coaches cost more per hour than admin staff. And if you employ admin people or an admin person early on, then you can stop splitting your time between admin and coaching, which stops you from going bat crazy. So think about that. It's really important. One of the big problems that CrossFit affiliates have when they first get started is they try and do every single piece of work by themselves. And then they employ coaches first, and they continue doing the work that they're not good at. So here's a plan for you. Fill these 3 positions first. Find yourself an administrative assistant, a bookkeeper, and a cleaner. There's no reason that you should be cleaning the toilet. Get an expert toilet cleaner and you stay an expert coach. Once you fill those positions and that you've lightened your load in cleaning, bookkeeping, and administration, you can then look at hiring another coach so you can spend more time developing the business. I know what you might be thinking. You're probably thinking, hang on, I don't want to run all of the classes because then I have to work at 6 a.m. in the morning, 6 p.m. at night, and it makes for a long day. It's true. It can make for a long day, but here's the thing. At the start, you're probably just going to have to suck it up. Now, if you've got a business partner who's also a coach, then you can Harvey up, divvy up, do all that kind of fun stuff to make it a little bit lighter on the load for each of you. And that's cool. But if not, I still believe it's easier to just be the coach and do all the classes than it is just to try and do everything else yourself. If you do this right, if you get all of your admin systems in place, if you hire the right people, it won't be too long before you can afford to put another coach on, and then you can lessen your coaching load. And you still get to be the boss. If you don't think you've got the money to put an admin assistant on early, then you definitely don't have enough money to put a coach on. One of the ways you can get someone started quickly is to look virtual. And by virtual, you're looking to outsource tasks to someone in another country who works at a lower rate than you do. Now, don't think this is taking advantage of the other person, because what you will generally do is pay them more than they can earn locally, and you're just spending less than it would cost you in your locality. Almost all admin tasks can be completed virtually, and you can look at website development, research, replying to emails, doing SEO for your website. It's a whole bunch of stuff that a virtual assistant can do. And if you go down the virtual route, you'll probably find that you can afford another coach a lot earlier. You can email me, info@thevirtuosityproject.com, if you're interested in virtual staff, because I have someone I would like to refer you to who I have hired virtual staff through, and you will get great virtual staff through this service. So again, info@thevirtuosityproject.com if you're interested in virtual staff. Let's quickly recap. Let's make 2014 amazing for you. Stand out from the crowd. CrossFit is no longer your niche. You have to specialize within CrossFit. So develop yourself a unique selling proposition within your CrossFit gym, and start to test and measure, start to ask questions of your members, and begin to know everything about your gym, and be prepared to innovate. Focus on the ladies. The female athlete is where the growth is. If you are interested in attracting women to your gym, you need to start to consider, is your gym attractive to women? Are you catering for women? What can you offer them, and how can you be of service? If you don't know, ask your current female members why they train with you, what they want, how you can improve, and then make sure you make the changes to make your gym more accommodating to women and provide results, memorable experiences. You know the drill. You are the brand. It's not just about your gym. Brand yourself first, brand your gym second. Don't rely solely on the CrossFit name, because you don't own it. God forbid CrossFit disappeared, and if you were only branded as CrossFit XYZ and that didn't exist anymore, then you might be in a whole heap of trouble. But if you also brand yourself, then you can continue to be you and have a gym that has a different name. Now, I'm not saying don't put all your eggs in the CrossFit basket or anything like that. I'm not saying CrossFit's about to implode. All I'm saying is that you as a brand are very important, because it gives you flexibility to be within or without CrossFit. Build yourself an audience, become an expert, and be known for who you are and what you specialize in. Always keep learning. Look outside the CrossFit community too. Get stuck into some CrossFit specialty certifications, and budget and plan ahead. Honestly, you will get the edge on all of your competitors if you continue your education, because 95% of those guys out there that you're competing with are not continuing to learn. If you can find good people, you're going to be miles ahead. Miles ahead. One of the toughest things for all small business owners is finding the right people, and it's even tougher still to find the right people in the right position. But for you, if you're getting started, if you're looking at putting staff on for the first time, fill the admin roles first. Get yourself a bookkeeper. That's so important. I can't tell you how important bookkeeping is. That it just changed everything for us at the gym when we got a bookkeeper. And please get a cleaner. There's nothing worse than walking into a dirty gym. Your members deserve a clean gym, and you shouldn't be cleaning the toilets. Focus on your coaching, focus on your programming, focusing on creating the best gym experience you can. And if at all possible, go virtual. Remember, don't split yourself over multiple task areas. Do what you're good at and enjoy it. So there we are. I hope that wasn't too much. I hope I didn't speak too fast. I warned you at the start that I'm going to try and go through a whole bunch of information, but I tend to waffle on a little bit. So I thank you for listening. I thank you for your attention. I hope you got a lot out of it. Whilst I don't own a CrossFit affiliate anymore, I'm still very interested in the CrossFit community, and I really want to help people who own CrossFit businesses. Why do I want to do that? Here's what I'm thinking. If I can help CrossFit affiliate owners help more people, then my effect has been multiplied, and I have, in effect, helped more people than I could possibly help as a CrossFit affiliate owner. That's my goal. I want to make more and more people fit and healthy, and I think CrossFit's one of the ways that we can get a great, fit, healthy message out to the world. So I'd like to help you. If you're interested, have a look below this video. This assumes you on the website, thevirtuosityproject.com. There's a button below. Click the button. You'll find out a bit more information. I'm not trying to sell you anything just yet. I might try and sell you something later on. But at the moment, I just want to see if I can help you. So if you're interested, click the button. and let's tee up time to have a chat. Really, honestly, I want to help you. And again, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.